Hi, I'm Jennelle Hodge, and I'm an associate professor and a laboratory director in cytogenetics and molecular genetics at Indiana University. I'm presenting today on behalf of the CCGA work group as well as the Genomic Resources Development Committee. I'm sharing with you today about the Compendium of Cancer Genome Aberrations and how it's becoming a global hub for clinical interpretation. I have no conflicts of interest. What is the CCGA? It is a program of the Cancer Genomics Consortium. The idea is to create a catalog of genetic and genomic abnormalities, particularly copy number and structural, that occur in hematologic cancers and in solid tumors. This is structured based on the WHO classification, as that's how we think of these entities clinically. It is a wiki-style interface, so our genomics community is expertly crowdsourcing this information, and it's being done in real time in terms of editing and content sharing, which aligns with how quickly genetic data is being produced in our field. Elephants are supposed to remember forever, so I put that graphic here to remind you that to find this site, please just type in ccga.io into your browser, and it will take you directly to our homepage. We have multiple methods of navigation as well as author resources. You can search any term in the Google-based general search box. You can click on this book link to search based on the WHO classification tree. We have specific content links of diseases, structural abnormalities, and cancer genes, links to data visualizations, as well as links to the recurrent loci tables that have recently been produced by the CGC work groups. For author resources, there are author instructions, a video tutorial, we have an automated volunteer form, as well as frequently asked questions page. Here are examples of data visualizations. We have circles plots which display in 3 dimensions the chromosomal relationships, and we also have clickable links within them. You can also see plotly graphs where you can aggregate copy number data and display the gains and losses. Related to data visualizations, we are collaborating with Progenetics Oncogenomic Resource. They have over 100,000 genome profiles of various cancer types. Their data is freely accessible with attribution. Scott Newman from the CCGA is currently working with Michael Baudas from Zurich to automate the visualization creation using their data that we can then upload into the CCGA site. As the CCGA grows, we're not only focused on content creation, but also further defining programmatic aspects. So we had to answer the question, what are we aiming to do? Our mission at the CCGA is to have a global collaborative effort to describe gene and chromosomal level abnormalities in cancer in a clinical context. So what do we aspire to do once we've achieved this mission? Our vision is to be the global hub for clinical cancer genomic aberrations. The idea is that the CCGA will act as a centralized resource of genetic correlates for pathologic entities that is updated in real time by the genetics community for use in clinical cancer case interpretation and as an educational resource. We have also defined our founding principles. Importantly, we support democratization of genomic knowledge. The CCGA is currently and will remain an open access resource that is free and public. We also define ourselves by being inclusive and seeking diversity. We support community collaborations as well as learning and teaching. In terms of the leadership for the CCGA, we have the Genomic Resources Development Committee that acts as a steering group for this effort, and their mandate is approved by the CGC Board of Directors. There's an editor-in-chief role as well as associate editors. The associate editors work with authors for creation of content as well as review of the final product. We have IT assistants. Separately, we have a CCGA work group that includes this leadership as well as others involved in the effort, such as working on data visualizations. And finally, we have a communication liaison. I can attest this is a great group of people and very fun, as you can see from this final picture. We have a Twitter account thanks to our communication liaison, Marilena. Very exciting. You can find it at CCGA Wiki, and we already have 375 followers. So what are the benefits to participating? It's actually a really good educational opportunity. Even those who've been in the field for a while tend to learn something when they're creating a page. You can expand your connections within our community. We've actually had almost 100 colleagues already engaged in authoring content. You can get academic credit. You can list this on your CV, and an example of how to do this is on the authorship instructions page. And importantly, you create content not just for yourself, but for others that can be used in the future to interpret cases. Projects in the CCGA include creating content for additional disease entities in the heme lymphoid book and soon additional WHO books. We are reviewing our 3 different page templates in case there needs to be further clarification and standardization for authors. We are close to having a CCGA logo. I had mentioned the Progenetics collaboration in progress. We are further automating and standardizing associate editor processes of author onboarding and editing of the content. And very exciting, we are exploring collaboration with the WHO IARC and the IC3R. IARC is the International Agency for Research in Cancer. They oversee the editing and publishing of the WHO classification of tumor books. We originally reached out to them to confirm that they were okay with us using their classification system on which to base the structure of the CCGA content. They were fine with that with attribution. What was exciting is that the IARC leadership was interested in our CCGA effort. One potential mechanism of collaboration is through the IARC-initiated effort of IC3R. That is the International Collaboration for Cancer Classification and Research, and they aim to provide a forum to coordinate international evidence generation, synthesis, and evaluation, as well as to set universal standards and best practice recommendations for use within the WHO classification books and cancer research. They're particularly interested in the CCGA because of our real-time updating of genetic correlates to pathologic entities involving evidence synthesis, and that we're a publicly available resource as they're looking for ways to disseminate knowledge globally. In conclusion, the CCGA is a resource for our community, by our community. We'll need continued engagement of everyone for the CCGA to remain successful. Clearly, we've had significant progress in developing the infrastructure, and we have exciting international collaborations in development. So my thanks to the GRDC members, communication liaison, associate editors, and other CCGA workgroup members. Thank you to the content providers. I hope I got everyone on this list. A special thank you to the trainees who have become involved with our effort. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you're interested in contributing, the best way to do so is to go to the website ccga.io and complete the volunteer form. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or use the CCGA email. To finish this talk, I'm happy to share with you how others feel about their CCG-related experience, and I want to particularly thank Naroshi and Marilena for helping collect and produce the following video content. Thank you.
The CCGA has allowed me to connect with both junior and more experienced colleagues to help build a wiki-style contribution to the cancer genomics community based on WHO classification.
One of the CCGA features that I find really convenient are the aggregation of all these different recurrent loci tables. These are taken from different CGC publications, and these are great literature reviews from experts in the field, and having them all in one place and easily accessible is really convenient.
Now more than ever, our knowledge of cancer genetics is expanding at an impressive rate, and we need resources such as CCGA to compile and coherently present new information. I have greatly valued my experience as a CCGA author.
I got in touch with Dr. Jennelle Hodge. She's very approachable. The mentors are very helpful in providing me with the feedback. Best part is that you get to cite this on your CV. So I would like to encourage all interested trainees to come join us.
I enjoy volunteering my time to the CCGA as it is a chance to participate in making a useful tool for other cancer geneticists and learning so much at the same time.
The Compendium of Cancer Genome Aberrations is increasingly a resource that I use on a daily basis. This information provides an ability to rapidly understand the genomics of diseases, and increasingly I've used this tool to reconcile findings of complex cases. It's also been an exceptional teaching resource that we use locally here.
I really benefited from my experiences as a CCGA author and contributor. Not only did I learn a lot about the different disease entities, but I also expanded my network and made valuable connections with other members of the CGC community.
I highly encourage all of you to join our community, work together, and contribute the best we can to cancer genomics.